and happy Monday. Welcome back to a new episode of The Fostered. Sorry for the impromptu 2 week break. I am really trying to get more consistent with this podcast. I swear, I feel like I say that every single time. But you know what? I'm actually not going to apologize for it because sometimes I think we have to do things in our own time. And the reality is, I have a full 9 to 5 job and I have to fit all of my extracurriculars in as it makes sense. And so, thank you for showing up here today. Even though I am inconsistent with these uploads, I appreciate you and I hope you appreciate me when I show up. And I hope that doesn't affect me too badly in the algorithm. When you're hearing this, hopefully, when you're hearing this, it is Monday. I'm recording this on a Sunday night. It is literally like past my bedtime, but I didn't want to go another week without an upload. And when I was looking over my schedule for this week, I didn't know when I'd be able to. I didn't know when I would be able to fit in an episode. So I was like, you know what? Let's just knock her out right now. Because I miss you guys and I wanted to talk to you. It is July now. It is Cancer season, and if you didn't know, I am a Cancer myself. And so far, Cancer season, I would have to say, has been off to, I want to say like an interesting start, but actually, it's giving what she always gives. It's just making me reflect, and kind of everything that's been like bubbling under the surface is coming to a head now because Cancer season is just like we're gonna look everything in the face. There is no more hiding, there's no more running away from it. And if you thought you were going to do that, you thought wrong because, yeah, that is just what Cancer season is. And that's why we love her, or maybe you hate her. I don't know. For me personally, I really get the birthday blues really, really bad each year. And it literally happens as soon as we enter Cancer season. I think for me, I struggle a lot with like thinking my life should look a certain way. But in reality, when I look at my life, I'm actually very happy with the life I live. I am very like solitary in my life. I have my boyfriend who's amazing, and I have a few friends, and that is kind of like how I like it. But for some reason, when birthdays come around, I think I should have this big group of friends and I should go out and do all these things. But I really like my alone time. I really like just like this weekend, for example, I literally just sat in my apartment on Saturday and just read this book. I'm reading Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow by Gabrielle Zevin, an amazing read. I'm halfway through. And that was so exciting and exhilarating for me. And then me and Montez went to the beach and I read the book some more. And we came home, had some sushi, watched Secret Invasion. And I'm like, that was the best Saturday. But I don't know. But for some reason, I feel like I should be like going out because, especially, we live like in downtown Oakland. And it just feels like we're not taking advantage of this location at all. Like, I hear literally outside of my window every night people just like going out having the best time. And I think I do feel some FOMO. I'm like, oh, should I be like going out right now and like living it up? But that is just like not my vibe. And I don't know why I can't just like be okay and like make my vibe okay. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And so when my birthday comes around, I get sad because I'm like seeing how other people are like spending their birthdays and just comparing myself. I feel like every podcast I'm like talking about fucking comparison, but that is just like my biggest struggle. I just like am constantly comparing myself, and I'm just ready for the age where I'm just like not affected by it at all, and like I'm just so okay. Cause I in reality I have no, like, my mom was asking me today like, what am I doing for my birthday? I literally have no idea. I have been toying with the idea of like maybe making myself a cake because I don't think I've had a cake for the past few birthdays. I can't even remember the last time I've had a birthday cake. And so I was thinking, oh, that could be cool to like have a birthday cake. Because I literally cannot remember the last time I had one. And I think that's something you should have on your birthday. You should have a birthday cake if you want one. And I kind of do. I really love the vintage cakes that are like so trendy right now. And so I was wanting to maybe try to make one of those. But other than that, I literally have no idea. I think I'm gonna chill. I'm also on a debt repayment journey, as y'all know, and so I'm really not trying to ball out on this birthday at all. Um, I will be 27 this coming birthday, which is like wild to even say, because I really feel like the pandemic ate my effing 20s, and I just when I feel in my body, I'm like, I don't feel 27. Actually, that's a lie. I am feeling a little bit more aches and a little bit more pains than I did the year before. Um, and I'm like, is this what the girls are talking about as far as like aging? Because I think I'm starting to feel it. Like, I'm on my period right now, and I have been having some low back pain. And I'm like, where is this pain coming from? Like, I've never felt this low back pain before. And I'm not sure if it's because of my period or if it's because of like my workouts. I have no idea. But I'm like, I've never felt this pain before. And I just feel like there's these like I have to actually like warm my body up when I wake up now. Like I actually have to do like doing the stretches aren't like a cute fun thing. It's like low key a necessity at this point. But I've just been trying to infuse more movement throughout my day because like my job is so sedentary and I just feel like that is like just so bad for our bodies. Not even like in a weight loss kind of way. I just think it's not good for us to be like in this position, 90-degree, like shoulders like hunched over. I feel like that is just like not the best thing for our bodies. And so something I've been doing for the past 2 weeks is if at least once a day walking up the stairs because I live on the sixth floor and we had a fire drill or not a fire drill or somebody burned something down in their kitchen and then the fire alarm went off and we couldn't use the elevators and I had to walk back up the steps. And when I say that walking up to this damn sixth floor was the hardest thing in the world, I was like, what the actual hell? Like the way I was so winded by the third floor. And so I was like, okay, I don't want to be like this one day walking up steps. And so that's been my goal is to, if I go at least once a day, if I go downstairs, taking the steps back up. And it's been hard. I'm not going to lie to you. Montez had me come downstairs for something. I'm like, fuck, I'm downstairs now. I have to take the stairs. But it's been good. It's been good. It's been a good exercise. And also I can tell my cardiovascular fitness is improving because like by the third floor I would get winded. And then like the next day it would be like by the fourth floor I would start to get winded. And so it's like improving. Like and hopefully like the next time I do it is not till the fifth floor that I start to feel winded. And then hopefully I can make it up to the sixth floor not feeling winded at all. That would be a dream. But yeah, that is just like a little way that I'm trying to infuse more fitness in my life. Also, something else I'm imparting on is a running journey. I'm in my runner girl era. She's a runner, not a track star. And this has been an interesting test as well as far as my cardiovascular fitness because one, I'm training with the Runner app. I found out about it but from Kana Kathleen. She's a YouTuber and she used it to train for her half marathon. And I've been really loving it so far. So I used it all this week. And if you follow me on TikTok, you probably already seen me go on my first run. And so they want me for the first one, I had to run for 1 minute and then 1.5 minutes walking. So you start with the walk runs. So you run for 1 minute at a conversational pace, and then 1.5 minutes you walk. And when I say it was like so hard to run for that 1 minute, but what I will say is that like every time my body felt like I cannot do this anymore, then the walk would be there. And so I'm like, okay, the minutes kind of go by fast, but everything hurt. It like running is not easy. And so I had my third run today. For me, the run was hard. And I definitely for this one I had to run for 1.5 minutes and walk for 1 minute. And I think my total distance was like 1.7 miles. So not that, but it's not that much mileage. I mean, it's a lot for me in my body because my body's not used to it. But if you're a runner, you're probably like, oh, that's nothing. Something I'm still struggling with is like running in public. Like people seeing you run is low key embarrassing. Like I'm like, this is actually kind of an embarrassing hobby. Like y'all are actually seeing me like freaking huffing and puffing. It's like I'm publicly choosing to publicly humiliate myself. We're sick and twisted. Like people who are runners, I feel like are sick and twisted. And so like my watch was like, okay, it's time to run. But like there was this man in front of me and I would have to like run past him. And I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna keep walking. Cause I just didn't want him to like see me run. I don't know. I don't want like I and you're probably like, girl, well, you need to pick a different sport. You need to pick it or just run on treadmill. But I like the feeling of running outside, but I need to mentally get over like people seeing me run. And even today, I was running and people were staring at me. And like that's the thing. Like I posted on Instagram and I was like, "How do y'all deal with running in public?" And people were like, nobody's even thinking about you. But no, people were staring at me today. And I was like, why are they staring at me? Because I'm pretty, like, I literally still have on, I have on what I wore. If you're watching a video, this is what I wore. I wore a jacket, a little tank thingy, a little tank shirt, and some running shorts. And so I'm like, why are people staring at me? And then I record myself for a little bit for my TikTok. And I look back at this damn video and my boobs were bouncing so much. Like, I really do have body dysmorphia because I think my boobs are like a size A. Like, I don't even think I have big boobs. And then I see this fucking video of myself and I'm looking like, who played the nanny in Sex and the City? That scene where Charlotte hires a nanny and the nanny's like running to come play with Lily or something like that. And her boobs are just bouncing like crazy because she refused to wear a bra. Like, that is what my boobs were giving on this run. And I was like, no wonder people were staring. Like, you're giving them a freaking show. Not that justifies people staring. But I'm like, your boobs were clearly bouncing. Like, and I do need to get some like proper sports bras. But as y'all know, I'm on my debt repayment journey. So I'm like just trying to buy things slowly and as it makes sense. But yeah, I was just like, no, people are not like just not thinking about you. Like, I think people are staring because actually, when I see people running, most of the time I'm thinking like, oh, like I should be doing that. Like, I'm like, oh, that's inspiring. I should be doing that. But sometimes I am like, ooh, she looks out of breath. Or 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 like, ooh, she's struggling. It's like sometimes I do have those mean girl thoughts. Like, I'd be kidding myself if I did it. And so I think I'm thinking people are being just as mean to me as I can sometimes be to other people. I don't always think stuff like that, but you know if you see somebody like struggling. Like, I saw a girl running today and she had like little, like her arms were running like this, like T-Rex arms. And I'm like, why is she running with her arms like that? So I do have these like little funny thoughts about people. And I think everybody does. Like, I don't want to be like Delulu thinking nobody's like thinking mean things about me, especially like me being a plus size person running. Like, I feel like I'm just setting myself up to be talked about. Like, people, like, I don't even see plus size people running where I run. Like, normally it's, thin white women, thin white men. Like, I really don't even see any plus size people running at all. And so, like, being the only plus size bitch out there running when I go, it's just like, ugh. I feel like I'm just setting myself up to be looked at, to be gawked at. Maybe not, but that's what's going on with me internally, and that's why I think I end up walking more of the run. Like, I feel like I could run more because I feel like I physically am able to run more. Specifically speaking to today, I feel like I was able to run more, but I let my insecurities win and did not end up running as much as I could, which sucks to like reflect on. But I think that is like the case for whenever you're starting anything new. Like, I was even thinking about when I started first going to the gym. Like, I would literally walk around and waste time and just do anything to where like people couldn't see me, like be literally in the corner because I just didn't want to like bring any attention to myself. And so I think that it's just the reality of like sometimes being a plus size person starting new activities is like you just don't want to be judged. You just want to do your workout and like be okay. Like, even when I go to like Legree classes or even any like group fitness class that I've never taken like a particular instructor before, like I feel anxious. I feel, oh, what are they going to think about me? Like, do they think I'm a beginner? And it's like, why do I even care about any of that in the first place? But my friend Lauren Lavelle, who's been on the pod, she was telling me like in a lot of the curriculum that they tell the trainers is like, if people who are bigger like are going to be beginners, aren't going to know what the fuck like that they're doing. I'm cursing a lot today. They're not going to know what they're doing. And so I think I have that programming, and society just has that programming as well, that if you're a bigger person, you're not going to know how to do the workout. You're not going to be able to go for as long or as hard as other people. And you're expected to modify. And the truth is, I do modify a lot of workouts because I, specifically speaking to Legree, because I am carrying a lot more weight than these other people. But then I feel like, oh, I shouldn't modify because I want to show that like plus size people can do the full thing. But it's like, I'm not about to push myself so hard just to like prove a point. Like, I want to be able to complete the workout. at my own pace. And if that means I need to modify, then I'll modify. I did not mean to talk about this for so long. I feel like I've gone deep down a rabbit hole. But that is just like what is coming up for me as I'm like reflecting on all my movement this past week. And yeah, I'm just looking forward to like just getting more comfortable with running, and just because I do like running outside. Like it's nice to get outside. It's nice to like kind of be around people, and especially because my job is work from home, and so just something that can get me outdoors feels good. And it was like nice and sunny today, which was really nice. But I just want to stop like letting my insecurities hold me back. Ugh, they're just it's so boring when you like really reflect on it. It's like, ugh, who cares? Who literally cares? But it's like, I care. Me, I'm the one who cares. Anyway, okay, to transition out of movement, I have gone deep down into human design rabbit hole. Are y'all familiar with human design? I really don't even know that much to like even speak on it, but I can say what I am. I am a 2-4 manifesting generator. And according to my profile, I need to be moving every day. It literally said that. It was like movement, daily movement is necessary for you, because you're a bitch that is always in her head, and we need to pull you into your body. I don't fully understand everything that I was listening to, but basically in life, I don't need to be initiating anything. I need to be responding to stuff. And to go deeper in that, it basically means like say I wanted to start a new project. That project needs to be like a direct response to something that has come from the universe. Me trying to explain this, I feel like I'm sounding so silly. But basically, it needs to be something that like the universe has put on my heart. And then from there, I'm responding by creating XYZ thing. Not just something I'm like seeing randomly on TikTok and then thinking like, oh, I need to do that too. And like trying to will it so. And the argument could be made like, oh, what if the universe is like putting this through a TikTok? And so that is where you have to like listen to your gut, listen to your inner knowing, but not like being in your head about it. It's like I need to stop listening to my head and listen to my gut. That is like my very like layman's terms definition of my profile in human design. But it's very interesting to me. And to get your design thing, you have to put your same information you would for like your birth chart. So I'm like, is there an astrology? Like y'all know I'm into astrology, so I'm like, is there an astrology element? I don't know. I'm very curious about it all. And Montez did it too, and he's also a manifesting generator. He is a 4-6 though, and I forgot what his meant, but so and I had a feeling he was a manifesting generator. I felt that more about him than I did myself, because Montez is literally somebody who, if you don't know who Montez is my boyfriend. Montez is someone who can literally like think of something and it will happen. Like literally just the other day, we were driving somewhere, and just as we were like pulling up, a car pulls out and there was no parking, and we were able to pull in with parking, and things like that just happened for him. Like somebody just gave him a skateboard. We opened up our door the other day, and like a TV was sitting out there for him, and I'm using it as a monitor because I was like wanting a monitor. He was like, oh, how can I get Angel a monitor? And then this freaking TV appears, and now I'm using the TV as a monitor. So like things like that just happen for Montez. I would not say things like that happen for me. I think things happen for me like, I think I do like try to initiate a lot, and then I end up like in a kind of frustrated space, or like not really liking where I end up because I'm just trying to like initiate so many things. And it was saying for me, basically, I need to just wait and things will come. And I just struggle with that waiting, because I'm like, I need to create, I need to make shit happen on my own. And I think we get that messaging like as kids, like you can't wait for opportunities. Things you need to go out and create your own opportunities. And so thinking of that, I'm like, if there's something that I need to happen, if I need to make my bills, if I need to earn more money, if I need to do whatever, I have to make it happen. But what this human design thing is telling me is that it's all going to happen. It's just I need to wait for it to come to me. And can I be patient enough to just allow the universe, allow God to do what it knows is best? And just trust my intuition and just trust that that will happen. And that is like, I think, a big challenge for me, because I just like, I feel like I need to control situations a lot. And that is something that I'm working on. So yeah, if y'all are also into human design, let me know, and let me know what you are. And if we're the same thing, definitely let me know, because I'd love to know your experience. Also being the same thing as me. Also with the 2-4, so you have the manifesting generator, but my profile was 2-4. And so the 2 means like I'm a natural at things, but it also means that I'm a hermit and I really like to spend time alone. And as you hermit, I'm a Cancer, the crab is the mascot of Cancers. It was saying I really like to be alone. But then the 4 was saying that a lot of my opportunities are going to come from my community and my friends, and that I do need to like balance my alone time with also being with friends. And also the manifesting generator thing is like manifesting those, is balancing those two aspects. And so it seems like balance was like the key word for me. Like I don't need to be spending so much time alone, like I still need community, but just balancing it out, which I find so interesting because what I was just telling you guys, that I really like spending time alone, but I still feel this pull to like be around people. And clearly my profile says that it's like I need both. And so I'm gonna try to balance that out more. I just got back on Bumble BFF because I'm like, ugh, I need to, I guess, make some more friends. Um, but I have friends. It's just, I don't know. I don't want to be like, making friends in your 20s is so hard because it's like, girl, we already know that. But it's like, if I really think about it, I do have friends here. Do I call them up? No. Like, I could be a better friend. And so I just think I'm gonna work on that this week. Like I got on Bumble BFF. Oh, and that is what it's talking about. Okay. That is literally my human design in action, like how I'm working against myself. Because I got on Bumble BFF trying to initiate more friendships. And something else it was saying too is like my best relationships are gonna come from an intermediary. Like somebody's gonna introduce me to these people. And so here I am trying to initiate more friendships through Bumble BFF when I just need to sit back and wait for the friends to come to me. See, this is dang, y'all. I'm learning in real time with you right now. Dang. I kind of like this human design thing. I'm kind of living for it. Okay, well, this week I'm gonna say really open to friendships, and yeah, we'll just see. We'll see what happens. But yeah, I was saying though that I do have friends. I just need to work on reaching out more and just being a better friend because I think like ever since middle school, I've always been boy crazy. I've always been like my man, my man, my man, searching for a man. But I never was like my friend, my friend, my friend. And so because of that, I just didn't develop like many close friendships because I was just so boy crazy. And now me and Montez are in a great place. We are so strong in our connection that I'm really wanting to foster stronger connections with more women because every time I get around my friends, my girlfriends, it's just like so healing for me. It just like lights my soul up. We don't even have to be doing anything. We just be talking. And I just love that. I just love that connection and I want more of that. Okay, I do want to transition into some of the things I actually wrote down to talk about because we just took like a whole pivot in a whole nother direction, which I'm not mad at. I'm kind of here for it. I'm like in a chatty mood, I guess. So this month, I would have been off birth control for an entire year. And like I said at the beginning of this episode, I'm on my period. So clearly have not gotten pregnant, which is amazing. I told Montez that I was like, shout out to us for not getting pregnant a whole year. Like that is amazing. Um, because I've been seeing some horror stories of girls being like, yeah, I tried natural cycles and now I'm pregnant. I think you just have to really know like what you're doing before you do all of that, before you go off birth control. That is not to say that I know what I'm doing. I think some of it is luck. And also I think Montez is very good at what he does. I'm not gonna say it. No, I feel like we are very responsible. I think you have to be very, very responsible, very, very careful because one wrong move and you could be pregnant. And if that's not what you want, like that would suck. Like when I think about that, I'm like, fuck, if I got pregnant right now, it would definitely suck. And so I do faithfully track my different phases. I have the Apple Watch that tracks my basal body temperature and it will give me my predicted window. And so like if I look at it now, it says predicted window is in 5 days. And so during that time, like me and Montez both know like lock it down. Like I'm low key like kind of like scared to even engage in anything during that time because I'm just like I don't want to. I don't want to risk it. But I think it's just math. It's like, when you're like, you only have a few opportunities a month to get pregnant. And I feel like the safest way to not get pregnant is just maybe not to have sex during those times, or just be really, really careful. But it has felt so good for my body to not be on birth control anymore. I literally feel like a human being again. I feel like my emotions are more regulated. I feel like I was telling Montez's, I feel like I have more space between my thoughts and my reactions. Like I just have like more space to like think about things. I'm not so reactive. Like I used to get so upset and I would literally pop off. Like I would be so quick to pop off. And I feel like I would like yell a lot. And I would just be really, I think reactive is the perfect word for it. I was very reactive. And now I feel like I have more space to really consider everything and just show up a lot kinder of a person. And I've always wanted to be that way, but I think like who I was on birth control just did not allow me to show up that way. And I hate to like put it all on birth control because I don't think it was that. I think also I had to like grow up in certain areas as well. But it just made me like a crazy person, I feel like. And also like, as you guys know, like I gained a lot of weight on birth control. I feel like I really didn't have any control over like what I wanted to eat. Like I was just like craving the things that literally did not make me feel good. And then I would just be so depressed. I would literally lay in bed for like a whole day, not on my period, just sad. Not that there's anything wrong with laying in bed, because like I literally laid in bed on Saturday and read my book, but it's like a different, like it's coming from a different place. It's like feeling like I can't get out of the bed, versus like actively choosing like, nope, today we're gonna have a bed day, like I feel like I didn't have a choice in the matters. Like I literally just could not get out the bed. And that was just me on that particular birth control. I'm not saying that. And I was on Nexplanon for reference, not saying that if you try that birth control you're gonna feel like that was just me on that hormonal birth control. um it just was not good for me, and I just love who I am now compared to who I was a year ago on that birth control. And I think getting off of it was the best decision I've made. And yeah, it was scary, but here we are a whole year later, not pregnant. So I am proof that it can be done. And I hope I'm not jinxing myself. I'm not jinxing myself by saying that. I don't think so, because we are very careful. I am really excited going into this week. I was like a little bit burnt out with work last week because I like was subbing for a lot of people at the studio. A lot of my coworkers are on vacation, and so I was just trying to be nice and sub for them. But that mixed with like my real job, like kind of had me burnt out. And so I feel good going into work this week. And for the runs I have this week on, I'm supposed to run for 2 minutes at a conversational pace and then walk for 1.5 minutes. So y'all wish me luck on that, because I barely feel like I can run for 1 minute. So we'll see how far I get, and I'll definitely report back. And then as far as like what I'm fostering for this week, I think I'm just like fostering more of what they were talking about with that human design, just like more waiting and more responding and less initiating, because I really like that. And just staying open to the things that I want, but not feeling like I have to chase them, knowing that I attract them, like I chase them, not attract them. Yeah, I like that. But yeah, I'm gonna let y'all go. I'm saying that like I'm on the phone. I'm like, I'm gonna let you go. I will talk to you later. Later this week on Wednesday, we have a special interview with Shabazz Larkin. This one is a good one. You do not want to miss it. It is perfect if you're a creative or a father or a dog or anybody. It was just such a special episode. And Shabazz is the husband to Ashley Larkin, who was on earlier this year. And I know so many of y'all love that episode. I think that's like our top episode from this year. So this is a good like kind of part 2 to that. And yeah, thank you so much for listening. I appreciate your grace as I take these randomized breaks, because we don't have too much dip in listenership when I come back and post an episode. So y'all are loyal, and I really rock with you for that. And if you like us, definitely follow on Spotify or follow on Apple Podcasts and give us a rate and review. It means so much. We will talk again on Wednesday. I hope y'all have a great week. Let me know what you're fostering for yourself this week in the Spotify Q&A poll. I'm sending y'all so much love. Talk to you soon. Bye.